Hello, hello. I am Adina. If this is your first time catching one of my lives, I just want to let you know I am a mom, a wife, a triathlete, an entrepreneur, and a regular person just trying to keep it real and live my best life one day at a time, like the rest of us. Today, I want to talk to you about how I became a triathlete and how you can become a triathlete. So whether it's something you're kind of thinking about, or even if you are a triathlete who has kind of lost their mojo, you definitely want to hang on to the end to hear the 3 things that you can do now to either get started or get back on your triathlon track. So I want to start by telling you how I became a triathlete, because if you're watching me for a while, you're like, oh, this is easy for Adina. She's been doing it forever and she totally knows what to do and how to do it. And it's just, kind of part of her regular life, because it is. But it didn't start that way. So I never dreamed of being a triathlete. I didn't even kind of think of it. It wasn't even on my radar. I had a brother who did a bunch of triathlons and I saw him doing it and I was like, yeah, that's good for him. Fine, whatever. But at one point, my sister-in-law was preparing for a triathlon and she was so afraid of swimming in the ocean and asked me if I would swim for her because she knew that I had been a swimmer. Now, at the time, my kids were little, they were 4 and 6 years old. I had not been working out. I had not been in the pool for years. But I said, well, okay, why not? I like to swim. I can do it, having really no idea what I was doing. So I hopped in the pool, got a couple of swims in just so that I could feel like I was swimming again. I showed up for the race. I did the swim and I had a blast. It was just so much fun, all the people, all the excitement, the energy, the adrenaline. I was just like, wow, this is fun. And you think about it, at that time I was so entrenched in mom life with my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old, and that's so much what I was doing. And here I had a chance to kind of just be me, be myself, be with a bunch of adults, and just kind of feel like a kid again myself when you had that competition, that adrenaline, and just that excitement of being out and doing something that I had never done before. So I was hooked. But the problem was I had no bike, and I hated running. So I was just like, yeah, this is really fun, but triathlon obviously is not for me. And I just kind of went along my way and, did my own thing and just kind of realized that, well, at least I can start working out again and enjoying some of that. So I did a little bit of that. Well, it took me 4 years. But 4 years later, I finally decided to sign up for a triathlon. By this time, I had done a couple of 5Ks, totally not fast and totally not enjoying it. But I said, well, now that I can run, actually my kids challenged me. They're like, now that you can run, you have no excuse not to do a triathlon. So I said, it's time to show up and do it. So I signed up for a triathlon, having no clue what I was doing, having no experience. And I found a friend to train with. And I asked my brother a million questions, and I researched on the internet, I read some books, and was just trying to figure out how I was going to pull this all together. I was nervous, I was excited, I was clueless, but I said, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. What's the worst thing that happens is I don't finish, and maybe I will. So I just kept going along, and the day of the triathlon, when I crossed the finish line, was just the most amazing feeling. Even though throughout the training I could swim the distance, I could bike the distance, I could run the distance, and the whole time I just never knew if I could put it all together. So when the day came and I actually crossed the finish line, I was just you'd think I just won a gold medal in the Olympics, because I was like that excited about actually crossing this finish line. And I just felt unstoppable. I felt so strong and so empowered. And I just knew that, I wanted to learn more about it and I wanted to do this again. And that was the day I decided, you know what, like I was a triathlete. Like I wasn't fast, didn't know a whole lot of what I was doing, but I was a triathlete. And I just wanted to be able to learn more and do it again. So if you are thinking, wow, well, if Adina could do it, knowing absolutely nothing, and let me tell you that there are triathletes all over the place who are just figuring it out along the way, and you can figure it out along the way too. There are 3 things you need to do to get started. Okay, there's only 3 things and you can totally do it. So if you are brand spanking new and like, let me just give it a shot. Or if you have done 1 or 2 triathlons and you're like, well, maybe I want to get back into it, but I don't know, I'm stuck. Here's the 3 things you need to do. Number 1, find a partner in crime. You will definitely be more successful if you have someone to go through this with. It can be a training partner like I had. If you have a training partner who is an experienced triathlete, that's even better because then you can ask them tons of questions like I did. Or you can even find like a coach or a team so that way you can be a part of that. And I actually have the team Be Real, which I love welcoming new triathletes. I have some people on the team who have never done a triathlon before. So Team Be Real is a place for you if you need a team, if you don't have a friend or an experienced triathlete, or if you wanted to work with me one-on-one as your coach, you can definitely find out about all of that at adinaoneil.com on the coaching tab. The second thing is you have to figure out some time to train, okay? Let me tell you right now that you do not need a ton of time to start training for a triathlon. You can start out with as little as like 2 hours a week. That's it. If you take 15 minutes to swim, 15 minutes to bike, 15 minutes to run, and you do each one of those once a week, okay, that's 45 minutes. And if you can manage to do it twice a week, it's like an hour and a half. And that's really all you need to get started. And then you'll build up until you'll be doing maybe like 4 to 5 hours a week of swimming, biking, and running. So it's not going to completely take over your life. That is something that you don't need to worry about. It's just a few hours a week. So, if you can even think of like 45 minutes a day that you're going to work up to, start with 15 minutes and work up to 45 minutes a day, totally doable. And if you're not sure how to do that, check the link in my bio for the Try Something New guide, and it can tell you how to like start ramping that up. Number 3, sign up for a race. If you choose a race and put it on paper, and even more so like pay for it, because like that's, everyone says, you got to put skin in the game. But if you invest in a race entry, they can be anywhere from like $25 to $90. So it depends on the kind of race. But if you invest in a race entry, you are more apt to get the excitement and just go for it. Don't overthink it. Just go for it. Have fun with it. And that's going to help you figure out your training process and, really keep you committed to what you want to do. So here's the thing. If you have already made up your mind that you'd like to do a triathlon, okay, and maybe you've got a training partner, you've got the time to train, you've signed up for a race, and now you're like, all right, I need a little bit more than that. I want to tell you that what you need is my signature course called Find Your Finish. Find Your Finish is the ultimate experience for the beginning triathlete, or what I like to call the emerging triathlete. If you have done maybe 1 or 2 triathlons, so you kind of have an idea, but you're still trying to figure it out, like I'm going to tell you, it took me at least a year or 2 years to understand what I was even doing, because I didn't have a course like this. And, to go through everything that was online was just crazy. So, this guide it's everything you need. It's a course. It's a combination of an online course and interactive group coaching with me in a small private group that will give you everything that you need to know to get your triathlon journey started. You will get online training, you'll get individual assessments, you'll get group coaching. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to find your finish. All right, so we start on March 15th, and if you would like to get in on the course, it's a really limited enrollment, because I like to keep it small so I can give everybody individualized attention. So if you want to get in on the enrollment, go to the link in my bio right now and put your name on the wait list. Look for Find Your Finish. Put your name on the wait list so that way you will know exactly when it's time to sign up. In the meantime, keep watching my stories, keep checking my posts, make sure to follow me along so you know when the enrollment is open, and then you make sure to get in, because we're starting right on March 15th. And if you have any questions or just want to talk to me more about triathlon, DM me, because I talk about triathlon all day long, and I'd love to chat with you. If you're unsure of your goals, if you don't even know what triathlon is, if you don't even know where to start, or if you just, have a question about triathlon, I love to talk tri. So make sure to visit adinaoneal.com for all the information you need about courses and coaching options. And remember, those 3 things that you need to do to get started, you can do it today. Find someone to work out with, schedule your time in, start small, 15 minutes a day, and sign up for a race and just go for it, because you know what? It's going to be great. You're going to have fun, and just make sure to always stay real. Have a great day.